What's good, YouTube? Before the video starts, I just wanted to let y'all know if y'all could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so that way you can be updated for every latest video that I post. And if y'all didn't know, now y'all know. We got the Twitch. That's where I do all my live reactions and all my different types of reactions that I put onto this channel. So if you want to be with the Twitch community and also be one of the first people to ever see my reactions, go ahead and hit the link in the description. It's great, I promise. Come on, y'all. Ain't doing no jazz facts. The victims and villains of TLC, bro. I bet y'all don't remember TLC. I bet y'all don't remember TLC. My 600-pound life?
Whether they were looking for a fresh start or giving the world a look into their misunderstood lifestyles, these people allowed the TLC network to put their lives on display for millions to criticize.
Now, girl, I know damn well you're not finna eat all of that in one sitting.
Allowed the TLC network to put their lives.
We got waffles, we got biscuits, we got eggs, we got sausage, we got bacon, we got grits. These are all three different items for the same course meal. If it ain't waffles, you get the biscuit. If it ain't bacon, you get the sausage. And if it ain't eggs, you get the grits. She decided to have it all in one sitting. That's a 6-course meal. Girl, are you okay? I don't think you are. What do you mean? Like,
on display for millions to criticize. For a moment, it looked like their lives were going to change for the better, but when the camera stopped rolling, a much darker reality began to unfold, and their lives fell apart. There is a shockingly common theme of former TLC reality stars finding themselves in public scandals.
Ooh, PC kids! Chat, y'all don't know nothing about this. Hold on.
Began to unfold, and their lives fell apart. There is a shock.
Bro, oh my god. Jocelyn Kids bombshell, bro. In touch, it's a girl. Johnny's engaged, bro. Y'all don't know nothing about the PC kids, bro. Hold on. PC that. South Park, bro. Bro, this is immediately what I thought of when I saw this nigga, bro. Y'all can't tell me, bro. Hold on, what was the inspiration? Bill Hader? I don't care.
Theme of former TLC reality stars finding themselves in public scandals, prison sentences, and even an early grave. Today, we will be discussing the dark life after a TLC show, starting with Honey Boo Boo, who seemed like a silly and charismatic young girl.
Honey Boo Boo! I bet y'all don't remember Honey Boo Boo, bro. I bet y'all don't remember Honey Boo Boo because I don't remember her. I ain't gonna lie.
On screen, but off screen was being exploited to
I remember the name, but I just don't remember the person.
When it comes to controversial reality television, there is no better example than Toddlers and Tiaras. The show featured girls as young as 3 years old competing in beauty pageants. They were frequently placed under immense amounts of stress, suffering verbal abuse, and constantly being pressured.
Chat, I ain't gonna lie, this probably had to be the worst show on TLC. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen so many clips about this shit. Like, chat. They're basically putting little kids, dressing them up just so they can become the next Nickelodeon star. And if you know what happens to Nickelodeon stars, then you know. The next Nickelodeon reality TV star or the next Disney Channel star, bro. Kids stars, man. Like, bro. It was sad. It was a sad point. Like,
to reach unattainable beauty standards. The show has been accused of children, with some of the contestants dressing or dancing inappropriately for a preschooler. Despite this, the show developed a large audience who enjoyed the mayhem and drama that came with every episode, earning around 1.6 million viewers per week. But not everyone was supportive. Many critics felt like these parents used their daughters as a way to vicariously live out their dream of being a beauty queen, and this almost always resulted in the mothers putting their own desires over the comfort and safety of their children. One of the most notorious examples examples of this was June Shannon and her daughter Alana, better known as Honey Boo Boo. Alana's personality was perfect for TV. She created hilarious moments every time she opened her mouth.
Must be creative that they're gonna
Bro, where's Honey Boo Boo now?
Equally impossible to ignore was her mother June, who stirred up controversy from the moment she was introduced. She notably gave her 6-year-old daughter a concoction of Mountain Dew and Red Bull, which Alana called go-go juice, to keep her energy high when she was competing in pageants. Many believe that this was a negligent and dangerous strategy, as the
caffeine, 80 milligrams of caffeine to a little 3-year-old. That's crazy. That's what she look like now, chat. Not gonna lie, chat, I kind of expected this.
And let everybody know that I did get a P.O. box. I know a few people have been asking, like, do you have a P.O. box so we can send things to? I did get a P.O. box, okay? I've always expressed to you guys, I always wanted to get more PR packages.
She got 1.3 million followers. This girl is still a star.
Be proud of yourself, because every day you are improving.
She a nurse too? She over here achieving her dreams.
It's wackadoodle time. It is whack.
Yeah, look at that. She living a normal life. She got... You know what I'm saying? She just need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Need to go on a weight loss journey, but she's doing good with herself. You know what I'm saying? She doing good for herself. Alana Thomas. Her real name is Alana Thomas. That's crazy. Honey Boo Boo, chat. I ain't gonna lie. I expected for her to look like that too.
caffeine content of energy drinks far...
Yeah, no. You're not supposed to even give any type of 4-year-old any type of cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Not even half a cup. Not supposed to give any type of kid any type... This is just a limit. You giving her 80 grams of fucking go-go juice? Yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie. You need to be locked up and put in the deepest depths of hell.
Exceeds the recommended limit for a child as young as Alana, but far worse than that
almost
was
double the
June's
intake that she's supposed to
objectification
have.
of Alana, often calling for her to show more skin and show her belly to the judges for a better score.
Sure, no.
Oh yeah.
Tell me when I.
Oh yeah, the judges were weird too. Weird ass niggas looking at little kids like that, bro. Talking about you need to show more stomach. Ma'am, you are 6 years old. Your mother and these judges need to be locked up. Like I said, put in the deepest, darkest depths of hell.
Girl like that should be knowing that she needs to show the tummy to the judges.
Regardless of the glaring issues between this mother-daughter dynamic, Alana and Mama June were both captivating characters, which is why TLC chose to capitalize on their growing popularity and give them their very own TV show called Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. The show was immediately more successful than Toddlers and Tiaras, earning 2.4 million viewers per episode and ultimately ran for 4 seasons. However, the show would be abruptly canceled when it was revealed that Mama June was dating a child predator. Alana's mother was in a romantic relationship with a man named Mark McDaniel, a registered sex offender who was arrested in 2004 for abusing an 8-year-old. Mark had spent the last 10 years in prison and had only been released earlier that year. To make matters worse, June knew him far before he was ever convicted and supposedly had previously dated him at the same time his victim. This was a PR nightmare for TLC, as they were platforming the mother of one of the most famous children on the planet who was now exposing her daughter to a dangerous pedo. TLC canceled the show and said, supporting the health and welfare of these remarkable children is our only priority, which you'll see later isn't always the case. June's decision to associate with a man like Mark is reflective of the blatant disregard
Boy, it looked like these niggas be doing some shit behind closed doors. The mother and the step pedo dad. Oh my god. 60 chin. No chin. Fat nose. Iraq nose. Widow's peak. Little peak. They're like yin and yang. But they got the same type of goals. Like, nigga, like, bro, I'm already knowing that they have a mass production line of little children down in their basement. Making all types of clothes for them. Because you know she can't fit any type of regular size clothes. You know she got to get somebody to make her shit tailored straight out the back. She said this is the cheapest way I can do it. Pay them pennies an hour. Not even.
has for her children, and her inability to put her own desires second to their safety. Then again, this is not her first time having an association with child predators. It was revealed shortly after that 2 of June's daughters, Jessica and Pumpkin, were fathered by Michael Anthony Ford, a completely different offender who abused minors and was even featured on an episode of To Catch a Predator.
It's Michael Anthony Ford. I have not had contact with him since 99. Since then, he was caught.
Check out how this app help me buy whatever.
I don't think that's how it works, shorty.
Limited money makes it so you can get what you want from the game.
Caught on Catch a Predator.
At this point, the public didn't care that the Honey Boo Boo show was canceled. They just wanted to know if she was safe under the custody of her own mother. In 2019, Mama June was arrested with her new boyfriend, Eugene Doak, for possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia as police recovered needles and glass pipes from the couple's vehicle. But luckily, June's horrible parenting would finally see justice, because in 2022, she officially lost custody of a now 16-year-old Alana, who was now in the care of June's older daughter, Pumpkin. In the eyes of the court, June was unfit to care for the former child star, and as Alana approached adulthood, she had to come to terms with her troubled relationship with her mother.
Do you not understand that I am staying with my sister? And that's not my choice. I swear to God, Mama, it's not my choice.
Okay, it's not? Yes it is.
It's not my choice. She wants to stay with you. She obviously doesn't feel safe in the house. Well, I would love to come home and tell you about my day, but I can't do that because I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm scared to stay at your house.
A biopic documenting Alana's childhood titled I Was Honey Boo Boo released in 2025. The film shines light on what Alana describes as a transactional relationship she had with her mother, revealing that June always prioritized business over her own daughter. As if that wasn't bad enough, Alana never received a single cent from her time on television. Her mother spent it all before Alana became a...
Boy, she spent it all on that shit that you put in between your lips. She spent it all on that chewing tobacco. You can tell by her teeth she was over here chewing that tobacco every day. Boy, you might as well call her a Native American the way she was chewing tobacco, bro. I swear to God. You can tell. You can just tell just by off of her demeanor, her looks, her teeth. Her teeth. Chet, I literally that one scene, I just saw a mouth full of dark spots. You knew that she had holes in between her teeth, black marks, everything. She was chewing tobacco like it was gum.
Adult.
I have never ever received the Here Comes Honey Boo Boo money. I've never seen it. Never ever even heard of it, if I'm being completely honest.
You don't really give a that you took my money. That's the real problem. It's gone. I used it in my drug addiction. Woo!
Then she got veneers.
She gave me my money back and was like, oh, here's your money.
And look, she said used it for my drug addiction, like I said.
No, I don't think she ever was like, I'm sorry. I was so over just like poking and prodding at her for the money. Like I was at the point of like, you know what, I don't even freaking want the money anymore.
On a more positive note, Pumpkin seems to have done an amazing job raising Alana to be a well-adjusted young woman. She is currently pursuing a degree in nursing at Regis University with aspirations to work in the medical field. June Shannon is a few years sober now, but is still doing everything she can to maintain her reality TV status, accepting deals with no-name networks to produce another spin-off of her country Kardashian lifestyle. As tragic as Alana's childhood was, it was clear to see the warning signs from the moment she made her first appearance on television. The same can't be said for the Duggar family, a seemingly picture-perfect Christian household who were hiding a disturbing and dark secret. The Duggar family first appeared in a 10-hour TV special titled 14 Children and Pregnant Again as a devout Christian.
What? 14 kids. God damn. That's a real American-made household. Bro, like,
Family.
Is this just the opposite of Loud House where it's like 9 boys and then a couple of girls?
Jim Bob Duggar and his wife Michelle were strongly against the use of contraceptives, and after the birth of their...
Contraceptives, what that means, chat? What does that mean, chat? What does that mean? Contraceptives. Hold on. Contraceptives. Method used to prevent pregnancy. Oh! So the magnums that I stash in my closet. Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
First child Joshua, they allowed God to decide how many children they would end up having. The Duggar family upheld the most conservative and traditionalist values possible.
Nah, gang, it just sounds like your pullout game is absolutely weak. Absolutely weak. Listen, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to use condoms, cool. Just make sure your partner's good with it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ever say. Just as long as your partner's good with it. I'm personally never going to pursue that because I know good and damn well almost everybody in this world got some type of STD. But! And this is a big but. If you gonna be hitting it raw, dog, at least make sure you pull out game straight. Because 14 kids is crazy, gang. Because you gotta realize, for 9 months, you can't do no type of activities with your wife. I mean, like, well, it just depends if you willing. Okay, let's continue with the
Homeschooling
video.
all of their children and heavily restricting their usage of the internet and television. The Duggar family dynamic was almost entirely unheard of in our modern society, which is why TV producers offered more specials with each new child born. They ultimately landed a full-blown television show, 17 Kids and Counting, which was eventually retitled to 19 Kids and Counting by 2010. The show was meant to be a chaotic yet wholesome glimpse into the life of a massive Christian family, but slowly over time, the cracks in their facade began to shatter their whole.
Bro, where is the mother? Ah, hell no. Wait.
10. The show was meant to be a chaotic yet wholesome glimpse into the life of a massive Christian family, but slowly over time, the cracks in their facade.
19 Kids and Counting. This girl is light skinned. Sir, this is not your child. That is not your kid. Yo, I know a light skin when I see one. That is a light, bright woman. Yo. And she looked like one of the oldest kids here. I ain't gonna lie, your wife been cheating on you, fam. Your wife been cheating on you, fam. Hold on. Let's see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 3 of them are adults and the rest are kids. That's crazy. Crazy numbers. Why did you never ever pull out? Your pullout game must be the weakest in the world.
Facade began to shatter their holy image. By 2015, some of the Duggar children were now grown adults. Their eldest child, Josh, was 27 years old, with a wife and 4 children of his own by 2015.
Oh my God! Bro, y'all are trying to make a whole colony. What do you mean 4 kids? How old he say he was?
Josh was 27 years old.
27 with 4 kids? Oh my God. By the time I'm 27, I don't want a single child. This man got 4 of them.
With a wife and 4 children.
With 21 other siblings. What are we talking about?
His own by 2015. Josh was perceived to be following in the footsteps of his parents, working on conservative political campaigns and even
Okay, great. Wait, were you even listening? You haven't taken a single note this entire time?
Shut your bitch ass
his
up.
first kiss for his wedding day. However, it was revealed that Josh had been named as an alleged offender in a police investigation into underage assault. In 2002, when Josh was 14 years old, he was accused of inappropriately touching an unnamed girl while she slept. Even after his father became aware of the situation, Josh continued to multiple other girls while they slept, all of which are believed to be his younger sisters. Over the years, Jim Bob Duggar refused to take any strict action, but the police would step in once they received a copy of an email describing Josh's behavior. The email, written by an anonymous source close to the family, was sent to Harpo Studios, a multimedia company founded by Oprah Winfrey.
Before you air the Duggar family from Arkansas with, you need to know the truth. They are not what they seem to be. Has molested while we're sleeping and the parents have been hiding the secret for a long time. Jim Bob lies to his church and his friends to make him look good. At this moment, he is in trouble with the church for lying about and things that concern the way the church members reacted. I think that you should know the truth before they make a complete fool of you and your show. They have been on TV before and come across as perfected family, which couldn't be further from the truth. They jump from show to receive gifts for their family and to make them look really good too. Please consider this and confront them about their secret. Well, goddamn. I ain't see that one coming. Girl, you is 61. You are 61. Thank you for this beautiful email that you have given. You should be in retirement homes right now. But instead, you are over here contributing to society. I commend you for your services. Now, go sit your ass back in that old ass rocking chair. Wait for your nurses to bring you your nice pills. Your medications. Please. Miss Unknown 61 from Arkansas. Thank you. Again, we commend you for your services.
In the days leading up to the Duggars' appearance on the Oprah show, before you air the Duggar family from Arkansas, you need to know the truth. They are not what they seem to be. Josh has blank while blank were sleeping, and the parents have been hiding this secret for a long time. I think that you should know the truth before they make a complete fool of you and your show. They've been on TV before and come across as a perfect family, which couldn't be further from the truth. This email was forwarded to the local police by someone at Harpo Studios, but no official charges were brought as the statute of limitations had expired. These allegations would be buried temporarily, but they couldn't escape them forever. The whole family could feel the pressure online, and Josh Duggar had no choice but to address the situation, in which he confessed to his sisters 12 years ago as a...
Which ones? Oh! Like, bro, imagine having 22 kids. 22 kids. And your oldest one has molested 5 of your girls. I'm gonna have to murder that nigga. I ain't gonna lie. As the father, I'm gonna have to step up and do my due diligence. I'm gonna have to murder my son. I'm sorry. Sweet home Alabama, look at that. You got 4 kids. I'm pretty sure he probably got one of his sisters pregnant, and that's one of his kids. Oh my God, no! You're disgusting. Disgusting.
For which I am extremely sorry and deeply regret.
Nah,
I
it's
hurt
too late for all
others,
that.
including my family and close friends. I confessed
So you was 15 when you
this
did
to
this.
my parents, who took several steps to help me address the situation. We spoke with the authorities where I confessed my wrongdoing, and my parents arranged for me and those affected by my actions to receive counseling. I understood that if I continued down the wrong road that I would end up ruining my life. I sought forgiveness from those I had wronged and asked Christ to forgive me and come into my life. I would do anything to go back
Nah, it's too late for all that. It's too late for all that. Too late for all that.
to those teen years and take different actions.
Too late for
In
all
my
that.
life today, I am so very thankful for God's grace, mercy, and redemption.
Too
In
late for all
response,
that.
TLC pulled the show from its scheduled time, leaving the program in a state of limbo before officially canceling it altogether. Shockingly, most of the show's viewers believe that this was blown out of proportion. There was an overwhelming sentiment that Josh was a confused and misguided teenager, with the argument being that because of his sheltered upbringing, he didn't fully understand his actions and began making poor choices as he hit puberty. But all those people defending him were about to be proven dead wrong. Ashley Madison was the name of a website designed to facilitate affairs for married individuals. In 2015, it had its user data leaked to the internet. Many
Picked a great name, but your voice doesn't quite match it?
Damn it!
VoiceMod gives you over
Nobody cares.
Notable men found themselves at the center of controversy following the data breach, including Josh Duggar. He responded to the leak saying, "I've been the biggest hypocrite ever. While espousing faith and family values, I have secretly over the last several years been viewing porn on the internet, and this became a secret addiction, and I became unfaithful to my wife." Shortly after, Josh admitted himself into rehab to deal with his addiction, but his
Wait, what? Okay, look. Let's not worry about all the other allegations and stuff, because you know what I'm saying? This man is a horrible person at the end of the day because of what he did back when he was 15. But let's take into what we're hearing right now. If you was a married man, listen, if you was a married man, you know what I'm saying, being your chicken a little bit, there's nothing wrong with that. Sir, if your girl don't want to give you nothing, if your girl don't want to give you nothing, and you know what I'm saying, you're down bad on you. Chat, don't listen to what I'm saying. I don't condone. I'm not married, so I don't have any type of condolences on any of this. I ain't married, so don't listen to me. Okay? Don't listen to me. Okay? We just gonna say he was wrong in the first place, okay? The man was doing dirty stuff when he was a little 15-year-old boy and scarred his sisters for life, so he's still a bad person at the end of the day. I'm not trying to patent down the pillow or anything just because I say one thing. Nah, nigga, you're a weirdo. You're definitely a weirdo. You're definitely a weirdo. I don't care.
Addiction was far more sinister than his family could ever have imagined, and it was about to land him behind bars. On April 21st, 2021, Josh Duggar was arrested by federal officers for the receipt and...
Oh! Okay, yeah, you're definitely... Yeah, no, you're a weirdo. You're a weirdo. You got child prawn on your shit, bro. Child, like, okay. Yeah, you're a weirdo. Yeah. Lock him up, throw away the key. Send him to the deepest, darkest depths of hell! Throw away the key.
Possession of CSAM and CP. A federal grand jury found that Josh received material featuring children under the age of 12 years old, and as a result, he was sentenced to 12 years in federal prison. I'll spare you the details of what was found on this man's hard drive, but just know that him getting 12 years in prison is not nearly enough time. The Duggar family story is a prime example of why you shouldn't believe everything you see on TV. What seemed to be a wholesome Christian family was protecting a horrific child predator, and TLC was profiting the entire time. They were also about to fatten their bank accounts with My 600-Pound Life.
Oh my god, the most famous show on TLC. Everybody knows 600-Pound Life. Why? Because we was making fun of fat people. That's all it was. We was making fun of fat people, my nigga. It wasn't nothing more. That was the only reason why they even made that show. Nigga, nobody would ever watch fucking My 135-Pound Life. Nigga, we don't care about you. We want to see how these fat people be having 6 plates on their bed and hasn't taken a single step to date. That's what we want to see, eh?
Ended in so many tragedies, it's unbelievable it still has not been canceled. Getting in shape can be a struggle for anybody, but imagine just how much harder it is when you're hundreds of pounds overweight. This was the appeal of My 600-Pound Life, a show that documented the weight loss journey of morbidly obese people looking to make drastic changes, hoping to eventually qualify for weight loss surgery. On the surface, the show seemed like a well-intentioned and positive program. Not only were they helping people lose weight, but they were documenting their struggles in a way that may have inspired others to turn their lives around. However, as the show continued to air, a dark pattern emerged that couldn't be ignored, and many started wondering if TLC was turning a blind eye. Many former participants have since passed away following their appearance on the show. One of the first was Robert Bushell, who lost a significant amount of weight after entering the show weighing over 800 pounds. He suffered a fatal heart attack during filming at only 41 years old. Sean Milliken's heart stopped after losing over 400 pounds. Kelly Mason and LaTanya Patain both suffered fatal heart attacks following their appearance on the show. Regardless of the progress these people had made, their bodies were too far gone. Years and years of strain on their heart and damage to essential organs.
Damn, bro. And that would be another thing, bro. Some of these niggas' limbs, like some of their body parts would literally be so fat and chunky, like it would be filled with so much fat that it's literally like you gotta amputate it. You gotta amputate it. That it's gone. It's gone. That was another thing. Like I would kill me, bro. Like, bro, I remember this one dude where his literally like a piece of his belly was hanging out from his drawers. This shit is so nasty. It's like, bro, how do you get to this point? Do you ever when you was eating all of them little Debbies and all them cookies and being so gluttonous, was you ever thinking to yourself like, damn, bro, I'm gonna get fat? Before you got to 600 pounds, when you was hitting 200, you was like, damn, bro, I gotta lose weight. Let me eat this cookie first. Hit 300 pounds. Damn, bro. It's only been 3 months. It's only been 3 months. Let me go ahead and get this little Debbie in my system real quick. I'm losing calories. My blood sugar is too low. Next thing you hit 500 pounds. Bro, we literally only hopped out the car. How did you get 500 pounds that fast? Bro, it's all good, bro. Let me go ahead and get this tres leches in my fucking system. Chad, how do you do that? How do you live this lifestyle?
Made recovery impossible, and they spent their final moments fighting a battle they could never win. Others just could not make a permanent change after the show was over. My 600-pound life provided contestants nutrition plans, workout regimens, and constant surveillance that held them accountable. These factors were able to keep them in check when the cameras were rolling, but many fell back into old habits when the production crew left. One of the most notable examples of this was Larry Myers Jr. Larry went viral in 2022 and was dubbed Mr. Buttermilk Biscuits after his hilarious reaction to a Popeyes biscuit.
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards. Sign up for Microsoft Rewards and earn points for your everyday activities when you search milk biscuits.
Larry once weighed nearly half a ton, and he was able to lose 100 pounds during the show. However, the producers responsible for his episode failed to address the root of his issues. Larry turned to food as a coping mechanism to deal with the death of his mother and nephew, and once his episode ended, he returned to that same habit. One of the most common reasons people become morbidly obese is because of their emotional relationship with food, often using it as a coping mechanism to deal with stress and trauma. This is an issue that the show
fuck all that,
often
That's why you gotta use. That's why you gotta use all that stress and trauma and put it into getting some money, chat. You gotta put it into getting some money. You can't be sitting there like, oh, my pet cockroach died. He died. He dead. You know, he always loved coming into my kitchen trying to get some of my food, chat. Let me go ahead and eat these hash browns. Like, bitch ass nigga, if you don't get up and get some paper, get up and get the grinding. Your pet cockroach Jeremy would have wanted you to get some money in your pocket so you don't have to have no more pet cockroaches. That's what Jeremy would have wanted. He wouldn't want you sitting here eating 10 pounds of pancakes. He would want you getting up and getting to that bread. Get up and get to the bread, gang. We'd rather have bread than pancakes. You can't make pancakes without your bread. Wait. Pancakes is another way to get bread. Wait, no. Forget what I'm saying. Just get money. Just get money. Just get money. Just get money.
It's much deeper than people just not being able to control their cravings. Gina Krasley faced a similar issue, reaching 300 pounds at just 13 years old, and turned to food to deal with her abusive father. She found some success during the show, but Gina would pass away at only 30 years old shortly after her appearance. Now, most people aren't that shocked to find out that many of these severely overweight people passed away. They kind of look at it like they made their bed, now they have have to lay in it. And to an extent, that is true. These are individuals living with the consequences of their actions, which is years of habits that didn't change their body overnight. But that's also what makes the show so complicated. My 600-Pound Life selects the most extreme cases because those are the best for TV. The more unstable the lifestyle, the more dramatic the transformation will be. They build a narrative around their struggle and present it as a story of redemption, knowing full well that these people might literally die on the show. Supporters will say that the show is helping by providing an opportunity that nobody had ever gave them, or that they were going to die anyway if they didn't change, but TLC gave them an opportunity. But even if the intention is to help, the show is still built around filming people at their lowest point, without any real safety.
Damn! I know she broke something. See, you think with being fat, you got more cushion, but no, it just makes it more easier for you to be more fragile. I ain't gonna lie. She broke something. I know she did.
Net once the cameras leave. In some cases, the dark life after the show results in something far more serious that TLC was never designed to handle. James Bonner is easily one of the most tragic examples of this. In 2013, he lost his right leg in a car accident. As a result, he suffered from severe depression and turned to food and alcohol as a way to cope. By the time he appeared on the show in 2018, he weighed over 650 pounds. With the odds stacked against him, James made incredible progress, got sober, and lost over 400 pounds. But James's weight wasn't the cause of his inner battle. It was simply the byproduct of it. James made the final permanent decision at only 30 years old, writing in a Facebook post, "No matter what you change or the efforts you put forth in life, sometimes you just have to take it on the chin and deal with things your own way." And the way James chose to die is not the only instance of this issue. Destiny Lachey during season 7 lost over 5.
I know we're not looking at the same girl. I know we're not. We looking at the same girl, ain't we? What? You know what I mean? Now listen. Some of these people, she look good. I'm talking about she look good. She look good. Hold on, she look good, Chad. Hold on.
500 pounds after appearing on the show, but wrote after, "I feel like all I'm constantly doing is trying to escape my depression and pain at this point. Food is the only thing I can turn to do that. I can feel it killing me. There's no way I'm going to survive for much longer." And unfortunately, she suffered the same fate as James less than 3 years after her episode aired. There are...
What the fuck did I just say? What the fuck did that just say? We can't be serious, bro. Yo, we can't be serious, chat. Yo, we cannot be serious right now. Chat, bro. Oh my god. We're serious. Okay, rest in peace to Destiny Lachey. Rest in peace. But what the fuck? God damn. Fuck, bro. Just rest in peace, bro. Just rest in peace.
She suffered the same fate as James less than 3 years after her episode aired. There are a vast array of different
just you, building your app on base 44.
Reasons why so many people who took part in the show eventually passed away, but they all raise the same question. Is My 600-Pound Life truly meant to be a feel-good and motivational program seeking to help people in need, or a platform for those with undesirable lifestyles to be gawked at like a zoo animal by viewers? And since TLC is constantly searching for the most extreme, attention-grabbing stories, it doesn't just highlight people in difficult situations, it inevitably starts platforming the worst kinds of people. Even a show show that was supposed to be about finding a lifelong soulmate ended up breeding a toxic and exploitative dynamic. 90 Day Fiancé is a reality TV series that
Oh, that nigga with no neck. Y'all remember that nigga? I remember this dude named Maurice. Hey, yo, shout out to my boy Maurice. He took he covered like this dude that was like, he had no neck. I forgot his name. But bro,
couples who have applied for a K-1 visa, which permits a foreign citizen to temporarily reside in America for 90 days while the couple gets married. This dynamic is chaotic because it's usually a desperate American who could not find a partner amongst 300 million citizens and has resorted to finding companionship with someone halfway across the world, matched with an immigrant looking to use someone to gain American citizenship. And that's not the case for all of the people that were featured on the show. There were many couples who were well-intentioned and found true love within each other. But if we're being honest, TLC wasn't always looking for a happy ending. Larissa Lima traveled from Brazil to Las Vegas, Nevada to meet her eventual husband, Colt Johnson. From the second they met on the show, there were glaring issues that couldn't be ignored. The state of Nevada was hotter than hell, Colt was still living with his mother, and the two failed to find any chemistry whatsoever. As a result, the two would frequently bicker with each other, oftentimes devolving into full-blown arguments with the entire family.
And that's a big ring. So you should feel like a damn queen with a rock like that. But no, you take advantage. Hey, you know what? I'll say I just go with because he's a sweetheart and I love him.
In spite of the many red flags, including an instance in which Larissa flushed her engagement ring.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. He just don't know how to control a woman like that. Listen, chat. I'm finna put it like this, chat. Don't be like this nigga. I ain't see no clips of this nigga, but I'm already knowing how this nigga acts. Just based off of like how what I'm hearing from. He don't know how, what I'm trying to say is don't be a yes ma'am type of nigga. If you want to keep a girl like that, you gotta be dominant. You gotta stand on 10 toes. You gotta tell her no. You gotta be ready to tear her ass a new one. I'm talking about be ready to do any and everything it takes to keep yourself a bad one. Except putting your hands on a female. You know what I'm saying? Never put your hands on a woman. Never. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be a dominant man and show her that you the right one. But the wrong one to be played with. Simple as that.
Down the toilet after a heated argument, the two still thought it would be a good idea to tie the knot. On June 19th of 2018, Larissa was arrested on charges of domestic battery after an altercation between her and Colt. She spent the night in jail and was released the following day, but 4 days later, the two officially got married on the 24th. Larissa would have a second run-in with the law in November that same year. Police responded to their home to investigate a potential domestic dispute, promptly breaking down the door and detaining Colt, while Larissa ran from the house to avoid being arrested. She was eventually apprehended and once again arrested on similar charges, with the responding officers taking note of visible injuries on Colt. Unfortunately, the worst was still to come, with a third dispute occurring in January of 2019 that was far more violent and bloody. This time, Larissa was the one to contact the police and was visibly injured when law enforcement arrived.
She called the cops for me. I'll be deported. I just scratched him because he was hurting me. As you see.
In spite of her injuries, officers determined her to be the primary aggressor, and she was once again arrested for domestic battery. The same day, Colt officially filed for divorce. A logical...
Okay, yeah, just don't fuck with girls like that. I ain't gonna lie. If she start putting her hands on you, yeah, nah, gang.
Conclusion to a relationship that was doomed from the start. Unfortunately, this is far from an uncommon occurrence, as a handful of other couples on the show met a similar fate. Paul Stale and his wife Corinne met on the show in 2017. They got married that same year and had 2 children. However, the two had a messy public custody battle before their second son was born, as Corinne was attempting to take their son to her home country of Brazil behind Paul's back. What I found crazy is that they literally don't even speak the same language, and yet the two remained together for some time, but emotions boiled over after a video went viral of Corinne physically assaulting her husband. This resulted in both of their children being taken away by child protection.
What is up with these female on these 90 Day Fiancés just beating on they men. Are y'all okay? Keep your hands, feet, and objects to yourself, please. There's no reason for violence. We can settle this the peaceful way, please, please. Why we gotta just put our hands on somebody? Can't we just like chill?
Protective services and placed into foster care. To this day, Paul and Corinne have since separated and have still not been reunited with their children. Jeffrey Ian Pascal met his fiancée Varia on season 4 of
My grandma had a really unusual name, Jacinta, and I was really curious about where it came from.
the show, but truly found himself in the spotlight after being sentenced to 18 years in prison for aggravated kidnapping, domestic assault, and interference with emergency calls. In a fit of rage, Jeffrey senselessly beat his fiancée and refused to let her leave the home. Varia likely could have died that night if she didn't escape. Luckily she did and was able to contact the police, leading to Jeffrey's arrest. But as chaotic as these relationships are, there is one that TLC introduced that became one of the most culturally significant public divorces in modern media history. One that TLC made a ton of money on, and that was between John and Kate Gosselin. The couple was first introduced to the world in an hour-long TV special called Surviving Sextuplets and Twins on the Discovery Channel. Becoming a new parent is scary, exhausting, and overwhelming, but having 6 babies at once after already having twins seemed like a living nightmare for most people. The chaotic family dynamic was enough to get picked up for a full-scale reality TV show, which was called John and Kate Plus 8. The show quickly shot up national TV ratings and became one of the most popular programs on the planet, but it came crashing down quickly in 2009 when the couple announced that they would be getting a divorce. While this was devastating to fans of the show, the signs were there from the very beginning. Viewers took note of Kate's overbearing, controlling, and harsh style of communicating, which starkly contrasted John's more passive and calm demeanor.
She was probably, I'm sorry, can you stop breathing so loud, honey?
So what, you want the nigga to stop breathing? Like, what the fuck? Yo. Can you stop breathing so loud, honey? Bet she was looking at the nigga like that the whole time. Look! This nigga's scared for his life! Yo, I don't know what it is with TLC and getting these niggas who be letting they partners bitch them around, but like, oh my god. Oh my god.
He's like... Breathe quietly. So I consider them sick, anyone sick, for... Do you hear yourself breathing? Oh, that's just gross.
When someone hates the sound of you breathing, they hate you. People came to see a massive family working together to survive in modern-day America, but John and Kate's constant bickering became the reason they stuck around. It was clear that Kate resented her husband for some reason, and her constant nagging began compounding for John, resulting in him emotionally checking out of the relationship. In the months leading up to their divorce, reports came in that John was having an affair with a third-grade teacher. Their divorce became one of the hottest subjects in the tabloids, documenting every awkward encounter and even a supposed visit from the police. The show completely broke away from its original premise and focused solely on John and Kate's separation. This issue compounded when John began publicly speaking out, discussing what he described as abuse at the hands of Kate, as well as heavily criticizing the showrunners at TLC.
And John is a good-looking man. A good-looking Asian man. Why is she acting like that towards him?
John was particularly upset that the show would be continuing after the divorce, rebranded as just Kate Plus 8, meaning that his children would continue to be filmed without his constant supervision. As a result, he filed a cease and desist order against TLC, who quickly retaliated with a lawsuit of their own for a breach of contract violation. For the next few years, John found himself in constant legal battles with both TLC and his own wife, costing him millions in lawyer fees and nearly bankrupted him. Which, remember earlier when TLC said that thing that protecting children is their top priority? Yeah, well, someone who thinks TLC is nothing more than a massive corporation that profits off people's lives falling apart on camera is not much of a conspiracy theorist anymore. Kate Plus 8 continued filming, but it was met with lackluster reception and eventually canceled the following year. That's because Kate didn't have many endearing qualities. In fact, Kate's
See, this is why you don't mix family life with business. Because you can't control business and family life at the same time. It's extremely impossible. Extremely impossible. Not possible, impossible. It's impossible. Because you gotta, with family, feelings and emotions get mixed up with your business. And with that, you make choices that mainly weigh into your family instead of business. And it costs you a lot of money. A lot of money, a lot of stress, a lot of trauma. Because Hollywood is a dangerous place. Hollywood is a very dangerous place, especially for children. Especially for people whose brains are not fully there. You seen what happened to Sam from iCarly, bro. That girl's still fighting her demons. She damn near in her 30s now. She's still fighting her demons from that show. So like, all I'm saying is like, you can't mix family with business. It's just, it don't work. It don't. Business is cruel, hard, and you gotta be precise, smart to have the most fruitful journey of your possible. And with that, you can't put family with business. You can't mix them together. It's just not possible. It's gonna crash and burn every single fucking time. TLC is a main example. They always trying to bring families into this, and they the only ones who benefit. The families always go down.
Personality has been cited as the blueprint of what we now refer to as a Karen, with her short blonde hairstyle and pissy attitude becoming a textbook description of the Karen image. The disdain towards her became widely referred to as Kate hate, which only strengthened as she desperately continued to cling on the little fame that she had, making appearances on other TV shows like Dancing with the Stars. Meanwhile, John was met with overwhelming sympathy and admiration as he continued to focus on the safety and well-being of his children while doing his best to stay out of the limelight. When he does speak out publicly, it's typically to speak out against reality television and the irreparable damage it caused his family. The contrast couldn't be any more stark. John believes reality TV destroyed his life, meanwhile his ex-wife is fully indulging in it. It's clear which parent had the right intentions, which is likely why John won the custody battles they had in the coming years. In August of 2017, police responded to a 911 call at an orthodontist office in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. When they arrived, they saw John and Kate in a verbal domestic dispute over one of their daughters, Hannah. Ultimately, no one was arrested, and Hannah went home with John of her own choosing. This event was likely the catalyst of a legal battle over the 13-year-old girl, who ultimately awarded full custody to John. A few months later, John also won custody of his son Colin, painting a grim picture for Kate and her parenting style. A source close to the family said, "The problem is that the kids are getting older and they're starting to ask questions. Some are still Team Mom, but Team Dad is growing. It's a very divided household." What was initially supposed to be a glimpse into an unconventional family of 10 quickly devolved into a battle of 2. The show itself wasn't even that popular compared to the massive public fallout that is still
PC dad and PC babies
going on to this day. Hannah, who turned 18 in 2022, has since publicly spoken out about her reasons for choosing to live with her father.
Hey, big dog, your daughter's single, bro? She's single? We love our Asian baddies over here. That's all I'm gonna say. We love our Asian baddies over here.
I felt like my dad gave me that attention and a feeling like I had a good solid relationship with a parent. It was a difficult decision leaving my siblings. I did not want to be separated from them or even like live in a different household than them, but I just feel like there was unfair treatment in my mom's house and I just wanted to live with my dad. This is why reality TV, particularly TLC shows, are such a double-edged sword. You don't get a television show when you're well-adjusted and drama-free. Your life needs to be kind of falling apart and have a specific type of personality to want to be documented on TV during one of your lowest moments. I guess these people didn't realize
that's what happens. That's life though, chat. When you're at your lowest, that's when you get the most high. When you're at your lowest, that's when you get the most high. That's when life skyrockets because there's nowhere to go but up. As simple as that. So, you know what I'm saying? It really is for the most depressing people. That's why I don't like reality TV show. It's for people who are truly sad. It's truly Like people who don't have anything going for themselves. So when I mean this, chat, I mean it wholeheartedly. If you thinking of going on a reality TV show, don't even do it. They're not making any money anymore. You're not gonna make any money. They're not gonna make any money. There's no point in going. If your life sucks, get down on your ass and get back up. Don't use these reality TV shows for a quick buck. Please. I'm begging y'all.